All right, my friends, it is time for, again, continuation of some uplifting messages from someone who really needs no introduction at all, someone who has impacted hundreds of thousands of people throughout the country through his wonderful philosophy. He wears a number of hats through Attitude Concepts that he's been doing for a long time. He's currently serving as Vice President of Education at Conselmer. Just an amazing advocate for music education, student leadership, leadership in general. So please help me welcome Dr. Tim Lautzenheiser. Thanks so much, Tim, for joining us. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today.
Thanks, Barry. I really appreciate it. And thanks to all of you. I'll go fast so we'll keep you on schedule here. First of all, to Barry and to Mark, I mean, the invitation is great. And I am really out of my league here. Did you ever play one of those games where you go like, which one of these doesn't fit? John Deere tractor, cultipacker, corn picker, sour cream. So I'm the sour cream in here. I'm going to approach this a little bit different. It was great to hear about the alumni bands because that's what makes band. We don't have a chemistry alums gather at homecoming, and we don't have, the history alums gather, but boy, those band people will come back. So I want to approach this just a little bit differently to show you how important you are in all of this. I mean, nobody could have scripted what is happening. They would have said it's the dumbest movie in the whole world. But if there's ever a time that we needed positive, uplifting, count on, will not give up leaders, it's now. And I don't know about you, I would suspect 80% of us are here because of a band director. Somewhere along the line, there was somebody that hooked us, became our mentor, and it's different than other teachers or professors. We're with them for life. We call them now. We send them cards. We meet them at conferences. They want to be with you. And particularly for the students themselves who are going, what in the devil is going to happen? They need somebody that they can go to. And again, you went to your mentor, and now they need to come to you. I look at this and I go, people will say, well, Tim, coaches are that way. Well, yeah, if you get to play, they're that way. But there's a lot of people that don't get to play. They get cut or they're on the bench. I mean, we're band people. We'll take anybody. I mean, if you can fog a mirror, we're going to find a way to get you in here, in that band family. So that's why the path is so wide and so many people are counting on all of us. I mean, I'm telling you what you already know. I was going to say I was preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to the preachers right now, right? The band reflects us. And we all know programs that were phenomenal. And then that band director left and in came a new band director and it unraveled within a year. So what changed? I mean, F sharp changed on trumpet, F on the flute, G on the clarinet, third position. No. What changed was the director. It's the only place in school where there is that much power that comes from the podium. Others, a math class, they'll take them in and out, a new math teacher comes in and it just keeps going. Not with us. And when people say, well, I don't want the program to be personality driven. Well, no, we want to be artistically driven, musically driven, but you're the ones that link it. And God, we need you now. I need you now. And so please, it'd be so easy to walk around going, the sky's falling, instead of going, we're going to make it. And I'm listening to these great programs that are coming up. And I'm like, yeah, if the program doesn't reflect the band, tell me how somebody comes into a program that's no good and within 2 years has a great program. All the rest of it stays the same. So I know there's people watching this that you've been brought in to create the band program to be great. I was teaching at a university. I'll be brief on this. I won't tell you where it is. You're going to figure out who the people are I'm talking about. And one guy had a tremendous concert band program. They'd played at Midwest like 18 times or something. They didn't have a marching band. And I was having lunch with him one day and we're talking about all his successes. And I said, why don't you have a marching band? And he said, well, my kids hate marching band. They hate it. Okay. Right next to him, there was another school. These were both upscale schools, yeah. They had a great concert program too. And they also had a great marching band. Now, did that division in the two districts mean these kids over here liked marching band and loved it, and these kids hated marching band? No, I think the answer is let's trade the two directors. And I will bet you in a couple years, these kids over here are going to hate marching band, and these kids over here are going to love it. That's the influence you have. That's why we're here, because of those people. I don't want to get into optimist, pessimist, because I think a lot of people think optimists are, positive, all fluffy joy. No. Positive means by definition, honest and with forward motion. But there's such a difference in the way we approach things. The very same thing. What does they say? The pessimist will find a challenge in every opportunity, and the optimist will find an opportunity in every challenge. And as I listen to these plans that you guys are making, I'm like, God, are those kids lucky? I want to be in those groups. Just as we get to this end of this thing here, these are two things that right now are so loud in our world. We all hear it, don't we? All men are created equal. Declaration of Independence. I don't think so. I don't think so. If all men are created equal, why aren't all bands the same? Why aren't all band directors the same? The only thing that makes us equal, that makes the playing field even, is 24 hours a day. Now, if you got more, I want to know how you got them. It's the time. There's the equality. And you know what? September 1st is going to come whether we like it or not. September 1 is going to show up. And the people who are going to be ahead of the game are the ones that go from now to September 1 and work it to where they want it to be when it gets there. It may be schools will be open and everything will be gone. That could happen. It may be any kind of hybrid version of that. But September 1 is going to come. That's why having this conference, my heavens, what an opportunity. And the conference might not have happened had it not been for the pandemic. None of us might not have had Zoom, if you get it. So is the glass half full or half empty? And old men here, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So again, that's why you're here. You want it to be better. All men are created equal? No, because you're ahead of the pack. And here's the other one that I hear and I go, you've heard it too, yeah? Everyone is replaceable. Then why do bands shift so much based on who's on the podium? Well, I mean, if that band director leaves, let's just get another band director. I don't think everyone's replaceable. You can replace a position, but can they replace your heart and soul that those kids hook onto, trust, follow? I mean, I don't know how much louder a kid has to yell, I love you, than to be in the marching band. To stand out in that heat and to go through that and to wear those uniforms and give up their Saturdays and Saturday night. Man, you got a followership. And they'll crawl across ground glass for you. So are you replaceable? I don't think so. I don't think Michael Jordan was replaceable with the Bulls. Do you? How did they go from championship to the cellar in 1 year? Michael left. They got another point guard, but Michael wasn't there. Is Bernstein replaceable? How about Johnny Carson? How about Doc Severinsen? That's how important you are. And when people go, oh, quit putting the mirror up and, blowing sunshine, and not sunshine. It's we need positive people now, positive people that are ready to move forward more than we ever had, because there's so many reasons to give up and give in right now, instead of saying, no, we're gonna make this something special. Somebody asked me to share a story with you really quickly, and I'll do this and I'll hustle. And some of you have heard the story before. That's why you wanted to share it in the first place. It's how important you are. I was doing a leadership workshop, in the state of Texas, and the whole auditorium floor is full of kids, yeah? And up in the balcony of the directors, they're watching their kids. And so I go through this little litany of how many of you think your band could be better? Well, of course, all the kids, I mean, they're all leaders, right? They all put their hands up. How many of you think for your band to get better, something has to change? And of course, all the hands go up, right? And then here comes the key question. How many think what has to change is something you can purchase? Because I want them to go like, oh, we can't blame it on the bad drums or the old uniforms or the bad instrument. We can't blame it. The answer is within us, yeah? How many of you think what has to change is something you can purchase? And you see them all. And this hand flies up. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud. Here's 300 kids. And this girl's waving her hand. I'm like, oh, okay, stand up. She stood up. And I said, what could you possibly buy that would make your band better? She said, a new director. And boy, the air went out of the room. You should have seen the directors in the balcony going, oh, Jesus, was that my kid that said that? Was that my kid? And I kind of danced around. I said, well, come see me afterwards. We'll talk. Thinking she might have been kind of a smart aleck. No, she wasn't. I watched her during the workshop. She was on it the whole way. This kid was committed. So afterwards, kids were coming up and talking to me, and she waited patiently till they all were, which is another sign she's a good leader, yeah? And she came up to me and I said, you know, I appreciate the fact that you had the guts to say it. But I said, it was so inappropriate and so precocious. I said, how do you think your band director felt when you said that? She said, my band director's not here. I said, what? She said, well, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but she said he'd probably be pretty upset if he knew I was here because he's not into all this leadership stuff. Well, I said, how'd you get here then? She said, my cousin lives 3 houses down and it puts her in a different school district. And she said, they have a great band, a great choir, great orchestra, great theater, great dance. She said, so when you come to town to do your leadership thing every year, they bring all their leaders and my cousin calls me and I come with her. And then she started to cry. And I'm talking really big, heavy, hysterical tears. And I said, are you okay? She said, no. She said, this is my senior year and our band's gonna again. And I didn't know what to tell her. Because she's right. A new band director could have flipped that program. I did play this card though. I said, well, maybe your cousin, they have more money in their schools and better facilities. She goes, no. She goes, don't go there. She said, my cousin goes to the poor school. I go to the rich school. We have everything we could possibly want, except a band director that cares about us. That's how important you are. And you know what? All these plans, and I'm hearing about all these arrangements that are being made and slobbering because I want to be a part of it. And Julie's thing coming in here. Oh my God. And I looked at the list of things that you have on this conference. I go, throw everything else away, Tim. Go back, be a band director again. Because those are the best years ever. Because that's where we could make a difference, yeah? And we could watch it. We could watch it happen right in front of our eyes. So, Tim, give them something they can actually do. Well, we all know the followership is based on trust relationships, you know, and that's why when you go into a program, some of the students who were loyal to the ex-band director will just leave. They're not even going to try to build a new trust relationship. I mean, it's like a religion change with them, yeah? They'll just leave. So those trust relationships that you're building now are everything. In fact, they're more important than they've ever been. And how do you build a trust relationship? It's with communication. I mean, come on, a bunch of us are married. We know that. We know what happens when we don't communicate. And we know that it solves problems when we do communicate. So communication is the key, which at this time, for your student leaders, particularly for you college people, for your student leaders to come forward and start communicating to the freshmen that are coming in. And then the leaders communicating with each other, and then you communicating with all those people, and then the sections communicating within themselves. And they'll know each other as a family by the time they finally get together. I mean, there's an opportunity because we wouldn't do that otherwise. We'd wait for band camp, yeah? And now with technology we have, they can meet every freshman online and learn about them and talk to them and what are their thoughts. And because we know leadership is when you flip the mirror and you make the follower important. You know, what's that great phrase that says, if you're a good leader, people will admire and respect you. But if you're a great leader, people will admire and respect themselves. And for your leadership team, the most incredible opportunity to put the spotlight on those newbies. You get it? And again, it's our culture. We create a culture of excellence. So, and the college people, particularly on this, you have people in your bands that they're not going to be music teachers and music majors. They're going to be engineers and doctors, but they're in that band because that's part of their heart and soul. Yeah. And again, I don't want the flag to drop and Impossible Dreams start playing. That is important to them. The way we do anything is the way we'll do everything. And the habits that you build of discipline, cooperation, and all of the things, teamwork, that make people better people, that create synergy where 1 + 1 = 17, those are the same habits those people are going to take in other parts of life. And I hope my heart surgeon was in a college band, because I know they'll do it with the sense of importance that they play their music, they march their part. So again, here's my favorite poem, and then you can go to lunch, okay, or whatever. Here's the law of the jungle. It's as true and as blue as the sky, and those who obey it shall prosper. Those who deny it shall die. As the serpent that slithers the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back, that the strength of the pack is each wolf. But the strength of each wolf is the pack. That's why this is so great for you. You're bringing your people together. The pack is together. So again, Mark, thank you. Barry, thank you. You know, I love you guys. And I see so many faces on there of people who are my family, because I didn't get brothers and sisters, so I got to choose you. So Barry, I'll give it back to you. Thanks, my friend. Blessings to all. Bye-bye.
So much, my friend.